Hello, greetings. I'm coming to speak again about those transformation process that we're going through, moving through this eclipse. There is the sun is about to intervene within the path of the process of humanity, and right now there is more and more of those frequency energy that we call gamma rays. And it is going to force out all the negative energy out of the planet. For the solar system is also moving at over 300,000 kilometers an hour around the Milky Way galaxy, and it's moving into a very special place that will force us to change our all our consciousness, all kinds of things in science as well. For all the darkness and dysfunction have to be brought to the surface and to be consumed by the light. But there is no need to pay attention to this old matrix, this dark matrix. Do not focalize on that and let it go. It is all changing. Stay focused inside to cultivate the sacred fire and be as friendly as possible to all. Soon we'll be able to completely live in the now and be able to manifest whatever we need when we need it. For we've all been through this many traumas we had in this life, in past life, and we are called to resolve all that. And because it is the nature of this matrix, the nature of the earth. For the Buddha said, life is suffering. We suffer because we have attachment. So it is important to let go of that, to feel that, to let it expose, to focus on those things that make you bring joy, that brings you happiness. For me, for instance, when I paint, but it can be about writing, it can be about reading, it can be listening to some great music, it can be about being in nature, it can be about gardening, it can be about cooking. Anything that makes you feel good is really important to cultivate that, this sense of joy, and meditate on positive outcome for yourself and for others. To deny any negative outcome that could emerge out of those times, and we can always connect to group energies for at any given time. There are thousands of light workers that are meditating on the unity consciousness, but it's sometimes easier to just connect to angelic family or galactic family or spiritual family or family of guide, for it is all one up there. But to be specific and tune into those collective frequency and bring this energy back down. For emotion has been a great source of struggle. Yet it will be what will bring the healing, the solution, and it is through our emotional body. Once we align our full body, our physical first, then the mental and the emotional and the mental. And then the astral body, the projection, the body of desires, they will. For now, we need to ascend our consciousness. The physical ascension will only come when we complete very advanced to ascend our physical form to become a transcendental. For this will happen through the process, natural process of moving through the light chambers when it is the time. And so understand you are unique. There is no one, not two of you like you. So be yourself. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. If you're a warrior, be a warrior. If you're a lover, be a lover. If you're a peacemaker, be a peacemaker. For we're made of many parts, but there are dominant frequencies. And so no matter what, we need to channel, to be at peace with ourselves, to know ourselves, to love ourselves no matter what, and to make that peace within. For general rule will usually apply, but not always, because you are you. And so as a general rule, you want a simple life. You don't want to be poor. In this life, I feel I have experienced all extremes of experience in this incarnation, all extremes from the greatest abundance to the greatest lack. And so I can feel and sense and know what also cannot. It's not like I walked in someone else's shoes, for I cannot know what anybody else is experiencing. But I know from my own experience that it is not really that recommended to be poor, because otherwise you struggle with all kind of limitation due to the material reality, and your mind is not free to experience. To be creative and experience this spirituality. And it's the same thing not to be too rich, to have a wealth, because then you become very distracted with the ability to get so many material things that can be distracting you from tuning into your inner self. So it's about finding the balance. For everybody's different. It's better to have too much abundance than too little. But if somebody wins, for instance, 200 million in the lottery, they usually that creates it is positive, but it depends what they do those resources. But it's better to have a balanced life, enough to be creative and to be in the flow. It's like being very famous. The more famous you are, the more the more enlightened you become, the more you elevate yourself, the more visible you become on the spiritual level. But in the physical realm, the more famous you are, the more you will attract the attention of negative people that will be envious, jealous, or purely living in hatred. So you have to deal with all those energies. Once you're spiritual enough, you'll create a bubble, and the negative energy will bounce. They will not affect anyone. But in a general fashion, it's better to not be famous in order to continue to cultivate your inner light, to be discreet, to be. But yet, as an artist, I have to achieve enough connection in the world to be able to express my message and to find clientele for my art. So. But those things are all different. We're all different. We're all unique, and so we wanna do what we can to celebrate life in relationship to those things, those simple things that makes us happy, and to free ourselves from as much limitation, to let go of all this drama, this black and white polarity that is going on in the world. For the media, the deep state is using the law of attraction to make people afraid of the disease, and they have to wear masks, and they can't breathe properly, and that their immune systems becomes weakened, and so they create a negative cycle. So allow this whole thing to be cleansed and transformed. For yesterday, I saw something. I don't watch that much TV, but I turned on the TV and I saw a journalist that was commenting on the situation from a neutral perspective. It was so nice to see that they're presenting all this lady was presenting all the facts very neutral way, without taking position or trying to push an ideas or to express a political opinion or in the judgment of one side or the other. It was so refreshing to see a true journalist, somebody that's presenting things in a neutral aspect. It's very, very rare, I have to say. When you look at journalism, I'm not criticizing that world, but they all have opinion. They're pushing on people. They all have criticism, heavy burden they're putting, because to defend their opinion of righteousness, what they believe to be right. And it's like Friedrich Nietzsche, that was beyond good and evil, and there is the light beyond good and evil. In the name of good, we've crucified the Christ in the name of good. It's like they're doing all kinds of dark things in the name of good. And so do not be in judgment, be in unity consciousness. So I'm going to pull a few cards for the past, present, and future. For the past is temperance. This is about being moderated, not to go into extremes. Where we are now is unity. We're growing into this unity consciousness, understanding the oneness with all. And we're going to move into a new level of communication. Communication are going to come to us and through us and from us. So we allow this communication with our higher self. We are able to anchor it. For it is important to give ourselves the time to meditate and cultivate this inner light, the adamantine particle of light, the sacred fire within ourselves, so we can continue to fuel the connection, the relationship to this higher matrix of love and light that is being built by the collective will. Where we are now is work. We're working on those things, and there's new level of work. There's going to be a lot of work coming up. And the outcome of that work will be a renewal. Everything is going to be made fresh. For life is always made fresh. Sometimes we're returning to old cycles because we need to learn the lessons, but life is always fresh, always new. And so this is about what I wanted to communicate. Also wanted to say, for this the global warming, we're not going to stop the warming up of the planet. The Earth has been through ice age, and then it's defrosted, and then returned to ice age. And so the Earth is a living being with all kinds. And right now the center of the Earth is warming up for this ascension. But what we need to do is stop the massive deforestation, the lack of the mistreatment of animals and trees, and this chemical. We put chemicals everywhere, and that's really what we need to stop and become aware. So, but there will be galactics that will be interfering. They will be coming at some point and assist us in cleaning up the rivers and the soil, and to clean up the ocean, and to clean up the air, and to turn all those negative technologies that humans have created into positive, so they're no longer harmful for the. So it is. it is all part of the plan. Just take care of yourself and stabilize your energy. For the Earth will eventually find find a point of stability. She's gonna get up. Right now she's like this, but she's gonna get up and she's gonna become a more conscious planet. And so I'm gonna sing a song to finish. And so the paintings behind me, this is called the water carriers. There's this person that's carrying water. It's positive, negative, and here is the sign of water, and the sign of Aquarius, and there's this goddess. And above her head there is the sign of Euphrosyne. It's the muse of joy of life. And this is a painting about the solar systems. It's called Visitors. There's those visitors coming with Juno, Pallas Athena, Ceres, Vesta, the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Pax, which is the name that was given to Marduk, a planet that's been destroyed. It's crossed here. It will be reconstituted later. Jupiter, Saturn, Chiron, Nibiru. It was a rogue planet that will not interfere with the ascension. Uranus, Saturn, and Pluto. Very dynamic planet. The painting. Sorry, I'm not fully in my. Today is a strange day, but so I come anyway. So sing this song. It's a song. It's a kind of a romantic song from The Cure. It goes like this. Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream, she said. The one that makes me laugh, she said. And threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it. And I'll promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, and I kissed her face, and I kissed her head, and I dream of all the different ways I had to make her glow. Why are you so far away, she said, why won't you ever know that I'm in love with you, that I'm in love with you. You, soft and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you, strange as angel dancing in the deepest ocean, twisting in the water, you're just like a dream, you're just like a dream. Daylight licked me into shape, I must have been asleep that day, and moving lips to breathe her name. I opened up my eyes, and found myself alone above a raging sea, that stole the only girl I loved, and drowned her deep inside of me. You, soft and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you, just like heaven. Song that reminds us when romantic love works, it's so wonderful. But sometimes when we feel like we have a romantic deception, or it's like it feels like it's like we've been hammered on the nail. Although we know it's not the first time, and it probably won't be the last time. The more romantic we are, the more we have to be ready to be shaken up by those romantic love. And so this morning I was like, whoa, it's like, but we learn, we grow and learn from every experience, and it's always good to stay open to love. So the card of the day is the 6 of Michael. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Breathe and do new project. To move toward, to move in another country or traveling. So here is like his boat is traveling above the raging sea, and so it's about preparing ourselves for great change. There is a lot that will be moving. So be ready. For me, it's right. We're talking about my luggages yesterday, so I'm ready whenever. The green light comes, I'm ready. I'm going to be moving, and I will be commenting on my experience in the future, God willing. Thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste.